Self mastery, guys. There's nothing to change yourself because manifestation is an internal shift because you are pure awareness. So you have some tools you can use to master yourself. It's through meditation. Meditation will help you, to observe your unconscious thought, to observe your unconscious emotion. Is extremely important, guys. So something I do all the time is to practice the silence meditation, to go on oneness and to become pure consciousness. So what I do, I just close my eyes and observe my thought. Observe, I don't judge my emotion, I don't judge my thought. I do that probably like right now I can do that for 3 hours, 4 hours, I can do that. But I start with like 15 or 20 minutes all the time. And after that you can add 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or probably 1 hour. Why it's so important? Because you're not your thought. That's number one. You're just a channel. You have so much thought they come to you, but you have access to use them. You can select the thought. So it helps you to detach with that body and be aware you just are pure consciousness, because that helps you to embody the new state that you want. Because your old self, when you want to change or to manifest your desired reality, you have resistance, you doubt. The reason why, because from the old self. But actually, if you do the silence meditation, you start to be aware of your unconscious thought. You start to observe your emotion. You don't react to it. So easily you get easily detached. You can easily detach from the old self to embrace the new self. Meditation I practice too. It just I make I visualize the thing I want and I put my emotion on it and I embody it. The reason why it's very important, guys, because emotion is energy and motion. So that means you have to embody a state that you will want right now. Like example, if I want to be, like for money, you know, I visualize myself how it's like some money. See myself at the end. What I'm gonna do with that money. And also I ask myself how I'm gonna feel it. Happy, grateful. And I feel grateful. I invite that state of gratitude from my heart. Because the heart is very powerful, extremely, extremely powerful, guys. All the stuff. People try to change the 3D. You have nothing to change the 3D because you are track who you are. When you change yourself, everything to start to shift around you. If you see something in 3D, you lack of it, but there's no lack. You think about lack. Example, if you're on that your 3D, your 3D reality, your current reality right now, there's no love. Betray all the time. Just become love. Love, start to love yourself. Start to be grateful to be alive. Start to embrace, feel it, embody it. So that help you because you change your vibration, you change who you are, because like attract like and hate attract hate. Your whole 3D is gonna start to change. You're always in battle state, guys. That's why you don't when you're in battle state of lack, you always expect the worst. That's why it's very important, guys, to embed that state right now. When you embed that state right now, you don't care about when, how, where, because you just become it. That's who you are. It's the same thing like when people embed a state of wars or chaos or lack or not feel worthy, right? Nothing happened here in the treaty. Imagine, right? A guy just meet, you know, a female, right? Beautiful girl, right? A man, meet beautiful woman, and that man love that girl, but in my mind, say, she don't want me. I know she don't want me. Why would I talk about her? I'm a loser. You don't know nothing yet, but you have only those expectations because they end by that state. You don't care when, how. That's delusional too, guys. How you can know somebody don't want you already, you never even start to talk about that person. That's delusional. But she's not delusional. That's an identity. So actually, that person right now have to observe, observe himself with the silence meditation. Go deep in the silence, and you see all those thoughts. The more you spend more time in that void, that oneness, because we are one, we're all connected. We're all connected, guys. There's no separation. That means something you don't see. That means you don't exist. Right now, the Wi-Fi signal, I cannot say it, but it exists. The air I breathe right now, I feel so good. I cannot say it, but it exists, guys. It's real. You have so many things, even your thought, your emotion, you cannot see it, but they exist. But they manifest in different way because they are different vibration. Everything vibrate. Everything vibrate in different way. There's nothing solid for real. That chair just you appear to solid, but it's vibration. But it vibrate in different vibration, different frequency. That matter right now. Alright? So guys, that man right now have to embody himself, to see himself as love, and to love himself, to feel comfortable about himself, to love who we are, right now, and be grateful for life. And you start to attract more love to you because you that vibration. Because people can know somebody with their energy, with their frequency. You can speed up your manifestation, guys, but you have to master yourself. You have to have a good foundation from yourself. That's why meditation is extremely important, guys. The silence meditation. You start to detach yourself. You can observe yourself from the 3D, and you choose to react and you choose not react. And you start to unmemorize those emotions. Because the old self all the time, those memory all the time try all the time to trick you. Because they don't want to die. That memory is the same thing like I'm from Haiti, right? I speak French and Creole. To learn, English was difficult because I was not used to it. Those things not difficult, it's just the memory. But it's not you. You think it's you, but it's not you, just a memory. You're just a perversal channel consciousness. Alright? So actually I have to, you know, I feel comfortable first. But I don't care about I know it's not me. I can focus to learn right now. I speak English right now. And I know a good basic about Spanish. I can speak Spanish. I understand Spanish very well. Right? So but actually it was difficult because of my old programming is Creole and French. But actually when the child grow up in an environment, you don't have to go to school to learn any language. The reason why the programming, the subconscious mind, that memory from the body. Yes. Example, right? That's why they said um everybody know they deserve the best. Everybody want the best. Everybody want to deserve the best. But actually when they don't feel worthy to receive, the reason why is the old memory because they've been spend long time in certain environment and feel some different state of emotion or vibration or energy and motion because you all the time embody a state no matter what. Every moment, every second, you embody a state. You don't feel good about yourself, you embody a state, oh, you're not ready, you're not good enough, and you feel bad about yourself, feel trust about yourself. Yes, that's a state. And that's why it's very important to guys to do breathing. Breathing is very important, guys, because every emotion you have, your breath change. Yes, when you're happy, your breath change. When you're excited, your breath change. When you're shocked, your breath change. That's why it's very important to breathing, guys, to go in a relaxed state and to embody that state. It's gonna be uncomfortable. The reason why it's gonna be comfortable is from the old self because you have so much resistance from the memory of the body. Because the body have memory. That's why the best way to memorize those emotions, that memory, is to silence meditation, to observe yourself, to know yourself, and you become pure consciousness because you pure awareness. And you have access right now to choose your identity that you want, embody it. And so afterwards, master yourself, you easily embody that state, you can manifest quick. When you're embody the state, you don't looking for it, you don't care about it because you're already in. You feel like the internal shift is done. The reason why you looking for it for manifestation because you're not embody that state for real. Because when you're looking for it, you're instead of lack. And you always channel energy, guys. You always channel consciousness. Always. Example, right? When somebody like embody a state of fear, you don't look for nothing to be fear. You just have inspired action to do all the things that may feel, take all the bad decision, get make it more fear. Sorry guys, I got a phone call. So that's why it's very important, guys. Extremely important, guys, to embody the state that you want. Love, peace, abundance. And I know your old self, all the tweeted gonna try to make you feel guilty about yourself to embrace the best of the best. But don't do that. It's not yourself. That's the old self because you're just a pure consciousness. That's a trick from the old memory. Because if you feel like bad, if you feel like okay, if you feel like in abundance, you're in lack, you embody a state of sadness or lacking. You embody an emotion. No matter what, guys, you always embody a state of emotion. Only time you embody a state of emotion is through silence meditation. When you observe, you decide to observe your thought. You don't judge them. You don't react to them. That's the moment you become neutral. Because you become neutral, you can select the reality that you want and embody the state that you really want. Everything you see in a Twitter you don't like, just go within and give it to yourself. Love, money, relationship, luck, great looking, great physique, creativity, and vital state. Because life is only expansion, guys. It's only expansion. It's only expansion, guys. And by that state, guys. It's very simple, extremely simple. But the reason why it's difficult because you always in by the state, you always manifest, no matter what. Your whole life is manifestation. You always assume, but you have to unmemorize that old self. You have to let go of that old self and by that new self. The reason why it's difficult is the old memory, but it's not you, guys. It's not you. You just program, guys. You just program. And don't looking for the 2D for validation. Give yourself the validation first. Because you are everything. If you give yourself the 2D have to react, guys, and embody that state. Embody that state of abundance, embody that state of love, guys. And you have to overcome that environment. You have to overcome that old self. And everything is possible, guys. Everything. Everything, guys. And I would say again, guys, the silence meditation is extremely important, guys. It helps you to become pure consciousness and to memorize those emotions because all your emotion, because you have emotional bond with everything. and that's create an identity. That's create a personality. You have to decide from that personality to create a new personality, because your personality create your own personality. And the second meditation, when you do your visualization, you have to embody that state. When you do your affirmation, you have to feel it. It's already done right now, because everything is right now. The waiting for your manifestation is already done. You're never waiting for your worst thing to be happen to already know it's gonna be bad. It's the same thing, right? Like somebody have a bad self-concept about themselves, they know it is really bad. They're looking for it. The same thing, just do the reverse. That's why it's very important to embody the state that you will want, the state of abundance. Because everything you focus on grow, guys. Everything you focus on grow. If you start to be more grateful, you're gonna find more stuff to be grateful about it. When you wake up in the morning, don't focus on things you really want. Focus on things you want right now. Be grateful for everything you have right now, and even something you want to manifest, because that's the signature of receiving, guys. Gratitude. You have nothing to change than self. If you're in your 3D at your job, people don't respect you, blah, blah, but become respect. Yourself have respect, and by that state of respect, love, and because you vibrate, the 3D have to change. Embody it, become it. I know some people, they don't feel ready to receive love. They don't feel loving enough. The reason why, because they embody that state. Start to love yourself, start to embrace yourself, not a selfish way, but a loving way, grateful way for yourself to be alive, to experience that present. That's a great gift. Live, guys. So see you in the next video, guys. So remember, master yourself. Self-mastery. If you can master yourself, and the best way to do it is through meditation, guys. Because you can observe your own conscious thought. You can observe yourself. You're not autopilot anymore. Most people just on autopilot. It's not good. You choose to react or not. That's self-mastery. So guys, see you in the next video, guys, and be ready for the live tomorrow. Me and Mystical Professor, on our page. So see, peace and love, guys. See you all. I'm so happy and grateful, guys, and it's gonna be ready for the next video, and tomorrow is gonna be live. So remember, guys, mastering self is the point. You have nothing to change outside. You have nothing to change in self. Never always said it. Change your personality. See yourself the way you should to see yourself. Embody that state. The feeling is a secret, because you always embody a state. And remember, guys, when your mind tells you something different, to looking for the truth, it's not you, that's the old programming, that's the old self. See you in the next video, guys. Peace and love.